The education state has ripped $2.4 billion of funding from our already underfunded public schools. No, I am not joking. This is actually cooked. Let me explain. The Victorian Labor government has an agreement to fund 75% of our public schools, with the federal government committing to lift its share of funding to cover the remaining 25%. The agreement between the two is dependent on the state reaching its target first. The Victorian Labor government had said they're committed to reaching 75% of funding by 2028, but they have quietly changed that date to 2031 and buried it in the budget papers in the hopes that you wouldn't notice. The result of this change is that $2.4 billion of funding that was promised by Labor will not be given to our public schools. Just this year alone, there is $35 million of funding missing. And because this state is taking longer to reach its funding target, that additional funding from the federal government will also take longer to materialise, resulting in more funding losses. Queensland and New South Wales, they have committed to reaching their funding targets much sooner. As a result, they are receiving more federal government funding, while Victorian students are left behind. Public schools in Victoria receive less funding per student than schools in every other state, and this gap is only set to grow with these funding cuts. Withholding funding for already underfunded schools is not acceptable, and trying to hide this change just shows the Labor government knows this does not pass the pub test. It begs the question, what else are they prepared to cut?